Hey everyone, let's dive right into the world of Japanese business manners. Now, I know it's a topic that can feel super complex, kind of like a giant maze of rules. But today we're going to peel back all those layers and get right to the heart of what it's all about. So, here's the big question we're tackling. Are all these customs a form of, ultimate consideration for other people? Or are they just an excessive ritual that's maybe a little outdated? If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by it all, trust me, you are not alone. But here's the thing, there's a secret. Behind every single bow and every carefully handled business card, there's a logic that is surprisingly simple and consistent. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack together. So let's get into it. All right, to really get a handle on Japanese business etiquette, we have to start with two core cultural ideas. Seriously, these are the keys that unlock pretty much everything else. First up is this concept called wa. Now, it translates to harmony, but it's way bigger than that. It's this deep, fundamental cultural value placed on keeping the group running smoothly, peacefully, and cooperatively. The well-being of the group is really front and center. And right alongside wa is ki, which is all about respect. And we're not just talking about being polite here. It's a profound sense of deference and consideration for other people, for their position, their age, and their relationship to you. Think of wa and ki as the two pillars holding up this entire structure. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly frames the purpose of all these rules. It's not about being stiff or rigid. It's a protocol. It's a physical, nonverbal way to send a really clear message. Hey, I respect you, I'm not a threat, and I want to build a real foundation of trust with you. Okay, so we've got these core principles of harmony and respect. But what does that actually look like in the real world? Let's jump into a few common business situations and see it all in action. Let's start with a business card, or mishi. In a lot of Western countries, what is it? It's a piece of paper with your email on it, right? But in Japan, it's seen as the person's alter ego. It's like an extension of their very identity. That's why you receive it with two hands, you study it carefully, and you would never just shove it in your back pocket. To disrespect the card is to disrespect the person. Simple as that. And then there's the whole seating arrangement puzzle. You walk into a meeting room, where do you sit? It might seem random, but it's not. The kamiza, or the seat of honor, is always the one furthest from the door. Think of it as the safest, most comfortable spot. And the shimoza, the humble seat, is closest to the entrance. It's a simple, physical way to show respect to your guest or to the highest-ranking person there. And of course, we have to talk about the bow, the ojigi. The angle is literally a language in itself. A little 15-degree nod, that's a casual hey. A 30-degree bow shows more formal respect, but a deep 45-degree bow, the psyche ray, that's for showing profound gratitude or a really sincere apology. It's an incredibly powerful way to communicate exactly what you mean without saying a single word. And here's a fun fact that shows you just how deeply this stuff is ingrained. A lot of people in Japan will unconsciously bow while they're on the phone. I mean, the person on the other end can't even see them, right? It's just a physical reflex of respect that has become totally second nature. But, culture isn't frozen in time. Things evolve. Take the tradition of nomunication. That's a mashup of the Japanese word for drink, nomu, and, well, communication. For a long time, going out for drinks after work was essential for team bonding. But now, a lot of younger professionals really value their work-life balance and see these kinds of events as kind of outdated. It's a really interesting shift. Okay, so we've dug into the why behind all these manners. And this is a great chance to turn the mirror around and think about our own cultures, right? So let's chew on a few questions that can help put all these ideas into a bigger perspective. So here's a great one to think about. In your country, in a business setting, what usually wins out? Getting things done quickly or being polite? If you have to choose between efficiency and politeness, which one generally takes priority? It's pretty telling. We've seen how the mishi exchange is so critical for a first impression in Japan. So what's the equivalent in your culture? Is it a super firm handshake, making direct eye contact, the way you dress? What's that one thing that really makes or breaks a first meeting? In Japan, being on time usually means being about 5 minutes early. Being late is a huge deal. But this is something that varies so much across the globe. So what about where you live? How important is punctuality? Is being a few minutes late okay, or is it a major sign of disrespect? And as we're thinking about all these cultural differences, it's pretty cool to look at the words themselves. I mean, concepts like hierarchy, punctuality, and etiquette. They exist everywhere. But the weight we give them, the meaning behind them, can be so different. And you can often see it right there in the vocabulary. So, after looking at the big ideas and the real-world examples, where does this all leave us? Let's tie it all together for what I think is the most important takeaway from all of this. Listen, the goal here is not to become a walking rulebook. That's not it at all. It's about understanding the intent. Every single one of these manners is designed to do one thing: show respect in order to build trust. If you can lead with a genuine desire to be respectful, you're already 90% of the way there, even if you don't nail every single detail perfectly. And that leads me to my very last question for you. Think about your own culture for a second. What's that one unwritten rule, that thing that everyone just knows to do, that a visitor would be so much better off for knowing? Because it's usually in those unspoken rules that you find the real heart of a culture. Thanks for exploring this with me.